Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will show you how to design and simulate a rectangular waveguide using HFSS. To find the cutoff frequency of the rectangular waveguide, we use the formula FCMN is equal to 1 divided by 2 under root mu epsilon under root m by a whole square plus n by a whole square. Here, the case of WR90 waveguide is taken for the simulation purpose, and the broader dimension of the rectangular waveguide considered is 22.86 millimeters. The narrow dimension is 10.16 millimeters. For T10 mode, the cutoff frequency is turned out to be 6.56 GHz, and for T20 mode, the frequency is 13.12 GHz. For T01 mode, it is 14.76 GHz, and finally for T11 mode, it is 16.156 GHz. Now let us start with the simulation of WR90 waveguide. So for that, first let us create a new project by clicking here, and we can insert an HFSS design by clicking on this icon. Now we got the editor window. Here we will start creating the geometry of the waveguide. So to do that, first let us click on this draw box and drag and drop somewhere on the editor window to get a rectangular box. Now first let us rename this box as air, and then we can click OK. So after that, we can assign the position values here as minus $WA by 2, comma, minus $WB by 2, comma, 0. Then it will ask for the value of WA. Here you can select the unit type as length, and you can enter the value of WA as 22.86 millimeters. Click OK. Similarly, it will ask for the width of the waveguide, that is WB. So here you can select the unit type as length, and you can enter the value as 10.16 millimeters. Then click OK. Here we can give the X size as $WA and Y size as $WB. Then we can declare a variable $L for the length of the waveguide. So here we can enter the length of the waveguide as 60 millimeters. Then click OK. After that, we can click OK here, and we can see a rectangular box is created here. And the material default here, it is vacuum. So we can assign the material as air here. Type air here, and we can assign that to the material. Now, as a next step, we can create one more box by copy pasting. So for that, I'll use Ctrl C and Ctrl V command. So let me just make Ctrl C and then Ctrl V. So we can see a box is created. Now just double click on this, and we can rename it as WG underscore out. And we can assign the material here as copper. So let us type here copper, and now we can click OK. We can even change the color here. Once you change, you can click OK and then press OK. Now we have to give dimensions for this. So for that, what we can do, we can double click here, and we can edit this position as minus $WA by 2 minus $T. Similarly, the Y position also we can add minus $T. Then it will ask you for the value of $T. So select the unit type as length, and then you can enter the value as 0.2 millimeters. Then click OK. Afterwards, you can rewrite this exercise as $WA plus 2 times $T. Similarly, the Y size as $WB plus 2 times $T. Then we can click apply and then OK. Now we can see here another box is created with a little larger dimensions. Now we will make one more copy of this box air. So for that, again we will use Ctrl C and Ctrl V. So we got another box. So here what we do, we will subtract this air1 from this WG out. So for that, what we do, first click on this WG out and then select air1 by holding the control button and then use a boolean operation subtract. So here you can see WG out is in the blank parts, and in the tool parts we have air1. Then you can just click OK. You can see a hollow structure is created out of these two boxes, and that gap is filled by this air. Now lastly, we have to create a radiation box for understanding the performance of this waveguide. So to do that, just click on this air and make a copy of this. Control C and then Control V. So now we will change this name of the box to air box or radiation box. We can make it as radiation box. Let the material be air and then click OK. Then edit this box dimensions. Here we can add minus dollar pad to the X dimension. Similarly, we will add minus dollar pad to the Y dimension. Now it will ask you for the value of dollar pad. So here select the unit type as length and then enter the value as 5 millimeters. Then click OK. For the X size, you can add here plus 2 times dollar pad for the X size as well as for the Y size, plus dollar 2 times dollar pad. So then click OK. You can see here a radiation box is created around the waveguide. So now it is very clear. There is a air which is filled in the waveguide. Okay. Then there is a waveguide which is a hollow structure, and then finally we have a radiation box for understanding the performance. Now we will assign the boundaries for this radiation box. To do that, right click and go to here, assign boundary, and select radiation. Then click OK. Then finally we have to assign the ports for this waveguide. To do that, right click on the screen, select faces and click on the first face here, right click and then go to assign excitation, click on wave port. So click next and you can see here the integration line as none. You just click there and select new line. Once it is done, you just select a point on this waveguide's inner plane and then you can draw a line up to here. So then click next and finish. Similarly, now we can rotate this and we can assign port to the other side of the waveguide. So to do that, just select this side and then right click, go to assign excitation, click on wave port and click next here, select the integration line to new line and then click on a point here and then drag up to the top. Okay, then finish. So now both the ports are assigned. Now let us verify once. Here the boundaries. This is a radiation box or the radiation boundary. Then we have under excitations, we have one excitation and this is the other excitation. We have 2 ports excited. And under the materials, waveguide is a copper type. You can see here a hollow structure which is made up of copper. And there is a air which is filled in the copper waveguide. So now the next step is we have to assign the modes here for the excitation. To do that, just click on this excitation 1 and then enter the number of modes as 4. Here for the second mode and third mode, you just duplicate the previous line. You can select or you can copy from the mode 1. Then same thing you can do it for all the modes. Then click OK. Similarly, you do it for the second port. So to do that, click here, modes, select 4 modes here, then do the same procedure as we did previously. Then click OK. Once it is done, we have to set up the analysis. So to do that, just right click on this analysis, click on add solution setup and enter the frequency as 10 here. Then number of passes you can make it as 18 and then click OK. After that, you can click on this plus button and right click on the setup one. Here you can set add frequency sweep and you can select the linear step frequency starting from 5 GHz up to say 20 GHz with a step size of 0.1 GHz, and we can leave the sweep type as interpolating. Then click OK. So now we can just click on this validate button and we can see if any errors are there. Here we can see the validation check is completed and no errors are found as we have all the green checks. Then close this, simulate the design. Before that, you can save your project as I will just change it as waveguide test. That is the name that I'm giving. Let me just save this and immediately the simulation will start running. Now we can see the simulation is completed. Okay, so we can go for result analysis. First, let us click on this results, right click here, select create model solution data report, click on rectangular plot, and here we can plot the S21 parameters corresponds to the 4 modes. Let us identify the first mode as S1121 here, S1121. The second mode is corresponds to S1222, S1222. Then we have the third mode at S1323 and the fourth mode is S1424. Now select all these 4 and then click new report. Close this and we can observe now. Let us take the marker and observe. Here is the first mode. Okay, so we can click here and we can see the first mode is at 6.6 GHz with a S21 of -0.0465. Then the second mode is here with 13.2 GHz with a S21 of -0.0723 dB. The third mode is at 14.8 GHz with a S21 of -0.4113, and the final, that is a fourth mode, is at 16.2 GHz with a -0.0821 dB of S21. So this is how the simulation results shows the 4 different modes that what we have excited. So now let us have a look at the simulation results and the analytical solutions. Now let us have a look at the simulation results and the analytical results together. Here we can see this is a simulation results plot, and here are the first mode and the second mode, third and fourth modes theoretically we got. So if I compare this, as per the simulation we are getting the first mode at 6.6 GHz and with the analytical solutions it is at 6.56 GHz. Similarly, the second mode is at 13.2 in the simulations, and in the analytical solutions it is 13.12 GHz. The third mode is at 14.76 in the analytical, and in the simulation it is at 14.8 GHz, and the final, that is of 16.2 GHz for the fourth mode. In the analytical solutions it is 16.156. This clearly shows that the mode calculations that what we did for WR90 waveguide is perfectly matching here. Now further we will look at the port fields display. So to do that, let us click on this radiation box, double click and give some transparency here such that we can view the port fields very clearly. Now we can see this is more transparent. Now on this port we will plot the fields. So to do that, just double click on this mode 1. You can see here this is a blue color as a minimum radiation, and here you can see the maximum electric field. This is the minimum electric field here, this is the maximum electric field. So here you can see this is making one half cycle. So we can say along broader dimension we have one half cycle, and along the narrow dimension we do not have any half cycles. So that clearly tells it is a TE10 mode. Similarly, let us click on this mode 2 and you can observe here. So this is going to be one half cycle here, and then we have one more half cycle here. So this is a positive half cycle, and here we can see this is a negative half cycle. So it forms two half cycles. So we can say here S20 mode. Similarly, let us check the third mode. The third mode, here it shows along the narrow dimension we have one half cycle, and along the broader dimension we do not have any half cycles. So it is a TE01 mode. And now lastly you click on mode 4 and you can see here it is TE11 mode. To plot E field and H field inside the waveguide, you can just select here the air, that is a interior of the waveguide cavity. Then right click here, select plot fields and click on E field. You can click on vector electric field. So click done here. You can see here the electric field in the waveguide is very clearly visible. Now we can animate this. To do that, just go to field overlays, right click on this vector E1 and click on animate. You can see now how this wave is propagating here. So the wave is propagating in the Z direction and the electric field is perpendicular to the Z direction. That is the reason we call it as a transverse electric field mode, that is TE mode. Similarly, we can plot the magnetic field here. So to do that, just right click here on the E field, modify attributes, right click on this vector E1, modify the plot, and here you can select, instead of vector E, you can select vector H, then click apply. You can see here this is how the magnetic field will appear inside the waveguide. So let us animate this and observe. So click on animate and you can click here. You can see here the magnetic field is actually going in a circular fashion here. We can also plot the magnitudes of this E field and H field. Now let us make the modification for this. So let us modify this plot and select magnitude of H field. So click apply. You can see this is how the magnitude of H field will appear. Similarly, we can change this to magnitude of E field and we can observe. Let us change this to magnitude of E field and then click apply. You can see this is the magnitude of E field. That's all in this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share to your friends. Thank you.